Hi everyone, welcome to Daily IELTS English, a short video where I will go over some of the techniques that I teach my students to help them get higher scores on their IELTS speaking test. I'll discuss the techniques first and then I'll demonstrate with my own answer. Today we're looking at part 2 of the IELTS speaking test. As I'm sure many of you know, in part 2 you're going to have 1 minute to make a few notes on a question they will give you, and then you'll have 2 minutes to talk. Remember, they will stop you when the time is up. Don't worry about that. Let's take a look at today's question. Describe a film or movie actor from your country who is very popular. You should say who this actor is, what kind of films, movies he acts in, what you know about this actor's life, and explain why this actor is so popular. We'll do a few things today. The first, in this case, I will use a time intro. That means I won't read the question when I start my answer. I will simply use time as a reference. In this case, I don't think you need to. You might simply say, there's a famous actor in my country named, and then give the name. That works. In this case, I'm going to talk about an actor I knew when I was a kid. So I'll say, when I was a kid. Another technique will be the, it's not that, it's that. So instead of using but to link my ideas, I use two simple sentences, but the first one extends the other one and clarifies it. I've done that technique in a few other videos. I'll do it again here. The other thing you might get from this video is a few ways to talk about movie stars in English. A few key words that you might need: starred in a movie, or starred in a TV show called. So he's the main actor. He starred in a movie called. We might also say for the character that he plays, he played this character. And there will be other little bits of information in there. Now, remember, I don't know the actor that I'm going to talk about very, very well. I know little bits and pieces about this actor. So I'm not worried about not knowing his whole life story in order to answer the question. In fact, when it says, what do you know about the actor's life? Not a lot, but I'll still be able to describe him a little bit. Also, as always, pay attention to word stress and intonation and how I use those to emphasize my meaning. Sometimes I'm going to emphasize key words. So I might emphasize the name of a movie. I might emphasize the name of a place. Or I may emphasize repetitive words like not, if, but, even simple words like and. I can add a little bit of stress to enhance the point I'm trying to make. All right, as always, I'll have my timer going. When I was a kid, I loved William Shatner. William Shatner is an actor who became quite famous for playing a character named Captain Kirk on a TV show called Star Trek. He's born in Canada, which is my home country. And to be honest, I don't know a lot about his whole life story. I know that he began in theater, and it was really entertaining for me one day because a movie came on called The Brothers Karamazov, which is a very old film, and surprisingly, he was in it. And that maybe was the only time I didn't see him in his role of Captain Kirk. Now, as Captain Kirk, he was the captain of a starship. So his character would travel around the galaxy and have adventures. They might have been like classic adventures, with like phaser fights or fighting aliens, or in some cases they were like sort of adventures of the mind or political adventures. To be honest, I'm not totally sure why he is so popular. It's not that he's a great actor, it's that he played this iconic role of Captain Kirk. And even today, a lot of people will imitate the way he talks, the way he acts. It's almost become this kind of satire. Beyond that, he really, like, nothing much more has happened with his career. He still travels around the Canada and the USA. He meets people who, and that's 2 minutes, and he meets people who loved him in that role. That's it. I probably could have gone on a little bit more. Again, these are not all designed to be like, will this absolutely get a 9? Maybe, maybe not. The idea here is to demonstrate some techniques that will absolutely help you get to that higher score. If you're aiming for a 6.5, 7, or higher, this is what you need to start doing. All right, everyone, thank you very much. You know what? I would love to hear about a famous actor from your country, so put it down there in the comments below. I'll give you a little grammatical feedback. And as always, remember, language is a habit. All of these things that I'm teaching, you need to practice them. So practice till you get it right, and then keep going till you can't get it wrong, and I'll see you again soon.